If, like me, you've been looking for a show to scratch that same itch ever since Ted Lasso ended, then I might have an answer for you. Picture this, a show that beautifully blends humor with genuine emotions, tackling real-life struggles and challenges, focusing on the power of empathy, friendship, and personal growth through the struggle of abandonment issues, is created by, written by, and stars an actor from Kansas, and is semi-autobiographical to their life. Then, to quote my favorite singing tomato,
Have we got a show for you?
Somebody Somewhere is created by, produced by, and stars comedian Bridget Everett. The show is set in Everett's real hometown and my college town of Manhattan, Kansas. And honestly, as someone who loves Manhattan, seeing an HBO show set in that city gives me so much joy. Even though most of the show wasn't shot in Manhattan, the establishing shots in between scenes definitely are, and seeing some of my favorite college haunts like Varsity Donuts show up on my TV screen consistently never ceases to make me very happy. The show follows Sam, an emotionally stunted 40-year-old who just moved back to her hometown to care for her sister when she got sick and eventually passed away. She then has to figure out what to do with her life while dealing with her family and dealing with herself. Sam meets Joel, who is in her high school class, but she didn't know it all and doesn't recognize it first. Joel introduces her to new people that she feels she can end up really expressing herself around. They encourage her to do things to get out of the funk she's been in since her sister passed away, like take back up her talent of singing, something she excelled at in high school, but failed to pursue in any meaningful way. Sam's relationship with singing is complicated, and throughout the show it brings up a lot of painful memories about how her sister would encourage this talent of hers, and now her sister is gone. And while what I've described so far honestly might sound like a bummer of a show, it's far from it. It definitely has its somber moments as it deals with real feelings that a lot of real people have, like grief and feeling like you've wasted your life. But the interactions between Sam and her newfound friends like Joel and Fred Rococo will have you absolutely laughing on the floor. I'll say Joel is the absolute funniest part of the show and kills every scene he's in. You know how you randomly get a clip of a show's best moment recommended to you on YouTube, and you'll watch it even though you've never seen the show, then you enjoy it so much that it pushes you to actually watch the show? I'm talking Brooklyn Nine-Nine's I Want It That Way, Ted Lasso's Dart Scene, or What We Do in the Shadows' Jackie Daytona. Well, I won't spoil the whole clip. Joel and Sam stalking her brother-in-law will tell you if you're going to enjoy this show or not, and it hooked me instantly.
Just be cool. Pull a casual U-turn and park where you can have eyes on them.
What's a casual U-turn? I can't be casual about breaking the law.
Joel, just turn around and park.
Okay.
Joel, park over there.
I don't like that stuff.
Joel, park.
Though this scene is just in the second episode of the series, so I would just recommend you watch the first 2 episodes for yourself and see if it's something you'd enjoy, because I feel like you would get a sense right there. Sam and Joel's friendship and relationship is the through line of the show, and their chemistry together creates so many of the show's best moments. This platonic friendship, being the main focus of the show, is something that the stars speak about really enjoying, in that it's different to see a non-romantic relationship be the focal point and driving relationship throughout a TV show.
I think it was important to us to do something that isn't like woman meets man, falls in love, and he changes her life, like in the romantic sense. I really wanted to have something that where the friendship is a central love story.
I mean, it is like a love letter to friendships.
And like real-life friends, they can get on each other's nerves, they say hurtful things, and can be fighting for extended amounts of time. But they also push each other to get outside of their own ways and try to be happy, and also laugh a lot together. And while it sounds corny to say about a show, these characters really do feel like real people. And it's not just because I've lived in that town that it's set in. They're complex in their needs and wants. They have beliefs that can also be hypocritical. And above nothing else, they're just doing their best to keep going by any means they know how. I think it's impractical for me to expect Somebody Somewhere to get anywhere close to the hype of Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows, and I'm certainly not alone in that. Its mix of humor, heart, and realism came at precisely the right time when it seemed like that was something everyone was looking for. It was also pumped incredibly hard by Apple in order to get people to get and then keep Apple's streaming service. Whereas Somebody Somewhere is a very small-scale, cozy story that features about 10 total characters and almost exclusively takes place in one small town in Kansas. Heck, it doesn't even come up on HBO's homepage. You have to search for it. But what is disappointing is the lack of local buzz about the show. And by that I mean absolutely no local buzz. You can find Ted Lasso sayings and off-brand merch everywhere in Kansas City. Local pop-ups to celebrate the show, every episode reviewed by the Kansas City Star, and Arthur Bryant's leaning heavily into the frequent name droppings from the show. The only reason I found out about Somebody Somewhere is because I follow Varsity Donuts online, and they put up a sign celebrating the show and named a donut after its star. I just think the fact that there's an HBO show set in and partially shot in a town in Kansas is worth getting excited about. But here's the thing, everything that makes this show special and so joyful and fun to watch are things that anyone can appreciate. You didn't have to have grown up in Manhattan, or you didn't have been to Kansas, or ever eaten a varsity donut. This is a show about funny, interesting, and caring characters, navigating real-world problems and facing them with real-world humor, and I seriously think everyone will enjoy it.